When you look at an officer who's acting out and maybe has some destructive lifestyle, we're real easy to say, you know what, that's a shame this officer has just turned into that. Rather than recognize the fact that there are things that brought him to that point, rather than recognizing that just the stresses of the jobs that's brought him to that point, I think a lot of agencies just see it as an opportunity of getting rid of somebody to call them a problem officer. And in reality, that's not the case. How is it? How is it that a person, put it in perspective, every law enforcement officer who takes a job today has gone through a psych evaluation. They've gone through background checks. They've gone through all of these things, and then they're fine. They're good officers until there comes a day when maybe they're not. And if they weren't broken when we hired them, and we put a uniform on them and told them to go out and deal with all of these stressors that exist in policing our communities, why is it a surprise to us when one day that perfectly fine officer that we have identified and screened and done all the psych evaluations and everything, and come to a point where they're struggling? We don't want to look at that because it's too easy to say, I'm going to fix a problem that I have, and that is get rid of a problem officer rather than fixing the officer that you've invested thousands of dollars into and years of experience to the community, and you see an easy path out. So we need to have these conversations. We need to discuss these things. We need to recognize that from the day a person starts in the academy, we should be teaching them the things on how to cope with the stresses of this job, rather than waiting till it gets to the snapping point and a point where it's just no turning back.